Hello and welcome to today's Anahata Yoga practice. It's always important to just go within yourself and set an intention for your practice every day. And if you don't have one, then you can take mine that I've used for today for the first day of the year. And mine is to just use this practice as an energetic purification process, a Shuddhi sadhana, as I've just had a pretty heavy sinus infection coming back from Thailand. So I'll be using these nice gentle movements today to just help clean myself inside out. And today we'll be learning about the 5-element form, which is a beautiful form of yoga from northeast India, a place called Assam. And I'm sure there's other 5-element forms around the world, but this is just the 5-element form that has been shared to me by my teacher, amazing, wonderful Peter Clifford. And he learnt this in Assam in India. And basically this form of yoga is very, very gentle. It's very, very subtle. You can make it more intense and serious if you want by just going deeper into all the poses. So if there's a squat involved, just go a little deeper. If there's any kind of bending or twisting, any kind of movements, you can just use the breath to, deepen that practice. But in short, we're just going to go over a few simple movements today. We're going to go over acknowledging the 5 elements, which is the opening sequence for the 5-element form. We're going to go over spiraling bowls and scooping water, and I think we might finishing off with parting the clouds north, south, east and west. So to begin with, this form is meant to be played in nature, and I emphasize played because not all yoga has to be so serious and so perfected. I think the beauty of this form of yoga is there's no perfect way to practice. There's always a better way to practice or a more ideal way, but there's no perfect way to practice. And the most ideal way to practice this form is in nature, and probably not on a hill like I am now, but at my humble abode in Australia I don't have flat grass anywhere. It's all on a slope down a hill. So today we'll start with the very first movement, which is acknowledging the 5 elements. So just keeping in mind that this is to connect ourselves to the elements around us and within us, to know the deeper nature of our mind. So we've got fire, air, akasha, earth and water. And these 5 elements represent fire being transformation, creativity, air being vitality, decision making, akasha, understanding and connection, earth, courage and confidence, and water, fluidity, acceptance, the ability to flow and move around obstacles. And there's deeper meanings and more words to add to each one, but it's just simple that you understand which movements are connected to which elements and that you enjoy the process of practicing. So the first thing you need to do is just step your feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. There's no perfect posture for everybody. Everyone has a different body, and right now I'm on some quite uneven ground. Let's step back just a little, and basically we just want to make sure that we're stepping through the inner arch of our foot, so the big toe and the heel, and pressing that down into the earth. And we're just going to exhale, lowering down towards the earth, and we're going to start with the element of earth. And we're going to inhale, drawing that energy of earth up. Then inhale, opening our arms up in our chest, inviting the energy of water to open us up. Then inhale, lifting and trying to gain that vitality from the element of air, bringing the palms together above our head, pressing that connection together for akasha. And then finally we're just going to exhale, drawing those hands down our center line with a purification process using fire. So the movement looks a little like this. And if you can go internally and close your eyes and just enjoy the movement, then please do so. Earth, water, air, Akasha, fire, got a little bug on my finger, he wants to join in. So I don't know if you guys can see this little guy. I'm just going to place him on this little bit so he doesn't get hurt. If he wants to. Good job, mate. Okay, so that's acknowledging the 5 elements. I mean, even my practice isn't perfect, but the deeper you want to go, if you want to go really deep, inhale, inhaling water, inhaling air, and then stretching up, pressing together for Akasha, and then really exhaling down, you can get a deeper practice. As I said, I'm just getting over a sinus infection, so I'm going nice and light, and this is the kind of practice that you can teach your grandmother, your grandfather, people with injuries. It's a very, very nice practice. Works on an energetic level, so it's not about the movement being perfect or extremely deep or difficult. It's simply about you understanding the deeper nature of your mind and getting something out of the practice that you can learn with being lost in the meditation or the movement meditation. So that's acknowledging the 5 elements. Second movement that we're going to go on to is a bigger movement, a little bit of a deeper movement, and I'll stand side on. This one's called scooping water. So basically we'll start by placing our feet together, heels and toes, and then we're just going to inhale, drawing the right leg up, exhale, press the right leg back. And then basically I've found my foot placement, I'm used to finding it. There's no perfect 45-degree angle for everyone, but if you've stepped the feet apart, come onto the ball of the back foot, twist your hips forward, square the hips, drop the heel down as much as you can, and twist them face to side, and your foot should naturally find its magic 45-degree angle for you. And once we've found that, we're simply going to draw the arms up, inhale, and scooping water. Imagine that we've got water in our hands and we're tipping the water over our head, pressing the thumbs together, stretching, opening the front of our body, chest and triceps, and then exhaling down, bending the chin and the back all the way towards the back leg, and then bending in the knee, inhaling, lifting up. Imagine we're scooping water from a lake, inhaling, and then tipping the water until straightened leg, the front leg all over our head, and then exhaling back down for another movement. Inhaling up. And then exhaling out. Inhaling up. Thank you, tree. And then inhaling, drawing the feet together. So just do the other leg front on, so you can see a different angle. So we're just swapping legs then after taking the left leg back this time instead of the right. And again, if you want a hand, basically coming on the ball of the back foot, twist, square your hips, and then exhale and drop the heel towards the ground. And it's really hard when my mum's spying on me all the time while I'm trying to do these kind of things, like the third observer. There's already enough cameras around. So we'll inhale the arms up, exhale, draw the thumbs towards the spine, opening up the chest and triceps. Exhale, folding down, curling in the spine, taking the palms towards the back foot. Inhale the arms up, And then once the leg's straightened on the front, exhaling, hands down, bending in the front knee, scooping back in, grabbing our water, and then exhaling. And I've just gone a little bit deeper there because I've slid down the hill, but that's okay. And then inhaling back to center. So I'm on some quite uneven ground here. I can probably do a better demonstration on the concrete, but I just don't like concrete. But that's scooping water. The basic premise is it's like a warrior and a lunge, and it's a very clever movement that uses the movement of the hips and the spine to warm up the whole body. So before you do your static stretches, it's nice to do nice fluid, open, moving stretches. Static stretches are better later in your practice. Put some fluffy shit in my hair. Next one, spiraling bowls. Now this one's a favourite. So taking a similar stance that we took to acknowledging the 5 elements, we're going to inhale, and we're going to imagine that we've got 2 bowls of water with candles in them. Now this is a beautiful movement taken from Indian dancing. And imagine that we have 2 bowls of water in our hands, and then we're going to inhale, drawing a small circle around our chin, exhale, bending into our knees, drawing a big circle around our armpits, and try to keep the hands as close to the armpits as possible. Once we've gone that way, we're going to simply go the other way. So we're going to inhale, drawing a small circle the opposite way in front of our chin, exhale, pushing back, inhale. Once we've done that, we're going to see how connected we are with our bodies and how much we've remembered our cross-calling from being toddlers. And see if we can't take our non-dominant hand, which is the left hand for me, and see if we can't lead with one hand. Just try with one hand to start with, maybe. And then slowing it down, seeing if we can't bring both hands at different times into the process. As you can see, I've already made this look lovely and imperfect. That's the whole point. And then going back the other way. And I'm sure you'll get tons of fun playing with that. So that's spiraling bowls. But simply play with the movements. See how they can open up the shoulders, open up the back. And I'm feeling quite stiff this morning, so I'll do a nice long practice after this. Last one is parting the clouds, north, south, east and west. So originally you would do these practices facing north, which is in this direction for me, but this is the only spot I have really in the yard to place the camera. So I'm going to face you guys. We're going to start parting the clouds east and west, which is technically this way, but we're going to do it this way because it's the way it is. So a slight bend in the knees, we'll inhale the arms up, and then we're going to activate the palms so that the arms aren't sloppy, but the muscles are activated in the arms and shoulders, and we don't just isolate the deltoids, we actually use all the muscles in the arms. We inhale the arms up, and then we exhale, pressing the palms out to the side, slight bend in the knees. Inhale the arms up. might even want to add a slight back bend. And then once you've parted east and west, you're going to part north and south, which is the same movement, but we'll inhale the arms up, have the palms facing, and then we're going to exhale, slight bend in the knees, twist towards the right, and exhale, pressing the palms down towards the right. And then twisting to center till palms are in alignment, and inhaling as you twist to the left. Exhale. Inhaling up. As if we're going to do another one, and we're just going to twist back to the other side. So, that's parting the clouds, north and south. And that's all I've really got time to make a mockery of today, guys, because I'm quite sick. But I'll have some much more intense practices and the full 5-element form for people on video, I'm sure, by some point in the next month. If you'd like to learn any more yoga or any techniques that have nothing to do with asana, which is the physical movement of the body outside of practice, if it's to do with any of the 8 limbs of yoga, any practices at all, or anything to do with anatomy or injuries, please let me know and get in contact. I'd love to help. Thank you very much. From the heart, Anahara. Namaste. Ariam Tat Sat. Carry on.